The Cama Customer Service Award was introduced in recognition of the late Albert de Novalis, whose personal approach and dedication to high standards of service were admired by clients and members across Canada. Tonight, we are honored to recognize this year's recipient for his integrity, personal approach, and professionalism. By Mark Steiner, President of Imperial Coffee and Services Inc., Markham, Ontario. I have had the distinct honor and privilege of knowing and working closely with Brian Martel for over 15 years. Honorable, ethical, integrity, caring. Brian exemplifies all of these words and more. It is evident that Brian truly loves what he does, but it is clear that he loves nothing greater than dealing with the people around him, employees, customers, and complete strangers. His greatest gift is in his passion for ensuring that every person that he interacts with comes away feeling that they have been dealt with in an extremely personal manner and that they were the most important person that Brian had ever dealt with. Brian cares deeply about the industry that he services and is its greatest defender. What really sets Brian apart is his ability to elevate the business relationship to a very personal relationship without losing focus on what needs to be accomplished. His attention to detail is extraordinary, and his uncanny knack of always remembering the milestones in his customers' lives makes you feel that he really does care, not only about you as a customer, but more importantly, as a friend. As a long-standing customer of Brian's, it is comforting to know that any problem, task, project, or inquiry that is sent his way is always followed up on quickly and efficiently, and never has to be asked about more than once. I cannot think of a more deserving recipient for this award, and we all take pride in him being honored. By Dan Stewart, President of Savco Food Services Limited, Point Edward, Ontario. Brian is thorough and professional in his pursuit of customer service and has always made it his #1 priority. If a customer requires assistance, Brian will go above and beyond the call of duty. I have seen him load product and personally drive hundreds of kilometers to make the delivery. This approach to customer service is why so many of his clients, myself included, respect and appreciate doing business with this professional gentleman. Brian is a most deserving recipient of this award. By David McIntosh, President of Allied Coffee Corporation. In my 35 years in the industry, I have come to know more than a few suppliers, some regrettable and most predictable. Occasionally, I am exposed to a supplier who not only shares our corporate enthusiasm for service, but never fails to exceed even our expectations. Heritage Coffee and their point man, Brian Martel, fall into that latter group. As with all suppliers, the person representing that entity has a critical role to not only convey the wishes of who they represent, but to bridge the needs of their company with the needs of their customer. Brian has the uncanny ability to accomplish this bridging, to not only say what needs to be said, but to do what needs to be done, often creatively, always on time, and with a personal conviction that whatever solution is obtained, it's best for all concerned. Cama could not have selected a more deserving person for their sophomore Customer Service Award than Brian Martel. By Gordon Berry, Salesperson, Heritage Coffee Company, Montreal. I have been with Brian Martel and Heritage Coffee for 8 years. Brian has taught me many things over the years, and I have to thank him for being the everyday professional that he is. He sets a very high standard for himself and his sales team. His motto is under-promise and over-deliver when dealing with clients. There has never been a moment that I can remember when the word can't or won't has ever come into any conversation when dealing with clients. There may be suggestions on how to do it better or more efficiently, but never a full-out no or can't do it. Brian is always open to new suggestions and ideas. In meetings, he lets the sales staff innovate and reinvent themselves constantly. He's always encouraging and motivating his staff. He never has a harsh or bad word for anyone. Brian always sees the good side of people at all times. Brian takes sales to a very different level. He wants to know as much about his clients as possible. He notes wives' names, kids' names, hobbies, and birthdays if possible. He has a genuine interest in our clients and thrives on the relationships that he forms with our client base. Brian has taught me many things about sales, but more than that, he has taught me how to be a better salesperson and how to do it with class and professionalism. Congratulations, Brian. I could not think of a better person for this award. The Cama Customer Service Award proudly goes to Brian Martell.